Yes, there was, I remember
I guess
having
as we go through them, we'll figure that out.
yeah, your track changes hadn't showed up. So on that November 4th one, I believe I had incorporated all of the track changes and all of the notes that I had gotten.
Okay.
So Jan, you want to chair the meeting, Jan?
Doesn't matter, John. I'm glad to.
Go
Walter,
ahead.
I didn't hear all of Walter's comments. He's not going to join us.
No,
Okay. Well, let's call the meeting to order then. It's I've got 5 minutes after 9.
okay.
I
Just,
don't think we had an actual agenda for this meeting, but we were going to discuss minutes and then we were going to meet the candidate, if I understand right.
The agenda is also attached to that November 4th email.
Okay.
And my recommendation would be to table the executive session for later in today. And then once we've completed meeting minutes, we would recess this meeting until 5:15 tonight, when we would take up the executive session.
so I have an adjustment to the agenda though. I think we're missing September 3rd minutes.
September 3rd.
Yeah, you sent them out, but it's not on the agenda.
Oh, yeah. So
I think we had
likely,
approved.
yeah, I had been continuing to try to work on minutes and getting them as current as possible. So when I believe when I put the agenda together, I hadn't had those completed.
Yeah.
But
So
once I got them
yeah.
done, I wanted you all to have them.
I agree. I'm just saying we should add September 3rd to the agenda. That's all.
Mhm.
Well, according to my minutes, we already approved September 3rd, which is the workshop minutes. And Mr. Fowler, is that what you're talking about?
I don't know. They were sent out. Owen sent them out in that package, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I started with September 22nd in the package I've got. October 3rd, October 22nd, October 22nd again, which is the public hearing, and then October 27th.
Well, on September 22nd, we approved September 8th and September 17th, but I didn't see us approving September 3rd. I don't know. That's part of the problem here is
Yeah, and I could have been, more clear in laying all that out. I don't think that we can go wrong if you feel comfortable with what's on those September 3rd. You can't go wrong with approving them possibly for a second time. It might be redundant, but that at least, finalizes these 7 meeting minutes.
I don't have minutes. Yeah, I guess I agree with you, Owen. I can't even know. I don't even know how to research that at this point.
No, and
I
Yep.
keep copies of all the minutes and I write on them approved after we've approved them. So that's what I'm going by. But you're right. I don't mind approving them again if that's a concern.
it cleans it at least these ones up.
Yeah, we've got, I mean, to be honest with you, John, not for this meeting, but we have minutes to go back all the way back. I don't know, all the way back to the beginning of the year, probably, that I'm not sure we got. I have big gaps in my minutes from January.
I heard that, and I didn't realize that until a few days ago. But I think we need to address that because I've spoken to one person who has reminded me of that, another citizen.
Yeah, I jumped, for example, in my records from a February meeting, February 1st to August 11th, and I have nothing in between.
So just for you gentlemen to know, I have an email that I have not sent to you all. It has 3 meeting minutes already attached to it. February 22nd, May 4th, and May 5th. And then I have a listing of other meeting minutes that I'm delinquent on going back, yes, before John for sure. And so I've been trying to pick away at some of those older ones as well. What I didn't necessarily want to do was send you individual emails with 1 minute on it and then another one. So I've been trying to have it be a bigger packet for you all. And I plan on getting those out as soon as I can. But I do have a good listing of all the ones that I'm delinquent on from earlier in the year.
Yeah. And of course, I won't be able to participate in that.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'd like to sit in on the meeting when you review them, but, and I'd like to see them, but I won't be able to vote on them.
And what I'll end up doing as well is, I still keep in touch with Cheryl from time to time. I will have all the ones that Cheryl was a member to, and just simply look them over. She won't be able to vote and approve them, but I'll have her look them over and see if there's anything that she recalls that should be included for you and Walter to vote on.
Yeah, I'd be interested in any comments obviously she has.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And my last comment on this, I don't ever want to get in this position again.
I agree.
Oh, I agree. Okay, so there was an agenda change to add the September 3rd meeting minutes.
Yes.
I assume there's no public comment?
Let me check YouTube. No public comment. Would you like to start with those September 3rd minutes since we've been talking about them?
Sure.
Well, should we have the executive session, should we table that to 15?
Yes, I would recommend tabling that item right now. We'll work through all the meeting minutes, and then upon completion of those, we would recess until 5:15 tonight.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we table item 4.
Okay, I second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye, Spear.
Aye, Gaudio. Motion carries. We'll table the executive session till 5:30.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes of September 3rd.
Okay, I'll second the motion.
Oh, can you put them up so we make sure we all have the same one?
Yeah, there you go. That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Because mine had some spelling errors in it. I think I probably addressed.
Okay,
Can you all see them now?
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Roll down.
Well, you know what?
Oh,
I
come on.
lost.
Yeah, hang on. I think when I did the enable editing.
Remember the girl that went to get the check? Well, that's my friend Melissa.
Owen, are you in the town office?
Yes.
How come you don't have a mask on?
She works at the hospital. Well, the girl that works
No good
is
reason.
exposed to corona. Oh, yeah.
Thought that was a requirement.
Friday, and on Sunday, she got a phone call. telling her
So
that.
they are all on
But they
the
still
screen
want her to
now.
work.
Okay, that should actually be revision 1 because you have made the spelling. Adjournment was spelled wrong at the bottom and the word answers given in the last sentence of paragraph 3 was changed. So you're actually a revision 1.
Great, so I made that change.
And those were the only changes that I had noted before.
I'm like, I go,
John, any other changes?
call with a sore throat. and-
No, I'm good with these.
Any further discussion?
I-
Hearing none, all in favor of approval of the September 3rd minutes, say aye.
Aye, Spear.
Aye, Gaudio. Motion carries, they're approved. Okay, the next minutes, according to my record, would be the 22nd of September. You could put those up, Owen?
Yeah. What's today's date?
You know.
The 10th?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I've had just a little. You know, because I haven't been anywhere. So, where would I get exposed?
I had a couple comments on this one.
Well, I said,
Yep.
I'll work,
You still got the third up, Owen.
I said, they're gonna have to close
Nope.
office for 2
Oh, do I?
Yeah,
That's what I'm looking at.
yeah. that's what I'm
See,
looking
and this is me trying to figure out how, I guess I have to, I thought once I navigated through you all just saw everything I did on my computer. Are they up now?
Yes, now I'm
Okay.
looking at the 22nd.
Okay, yeah, I just have to click screen share every time I switch from document to document.
Okay, are you in revision 2? If you go up to the top where I can see it.
And see, Alex just
Yes.
Okay,
told, because
okay, John, yeah, any comments?
Yeah, item 6 in the motion. I believe Spear moved and Wright seconded. I could be wrong about that. But I sort of remember Walter seconding that motion.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
It
and yep,
Good catch.
And also in that same motion, where it says, and possibly a future venue, I think that was supposed to be a different venue. Or a future date. I went back and looked at it. It's not exactly what the motion was, but the motion was something to the effect, and again, I didn't write it down, but at a future date and possibly a different venue, something to that effect.
Yeah, I have the motion in front of me if you want to. Yeah, it's item 6. On the actual motion, it says all future select board meetings or action and/or discussion regarding this proposed project is undertaken, including review of any alternate plans developed by the engineer, be held only via Zoom or similar platform until a majority vote of the select board rescinds this requirement.
Now, that was the motion on October 1st.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the motion on September 22nd, which I made. It's again.
as a reminder, Jan, this was the one where we didn't know that there was this much energy around the Island Road, and so more people showed up than we were anticipating, and this was the tabling of that item
that's
because
right.
of the
This was
amount
the
of folks.
tabling until the October 1st meeting. I got it.
Correct. Yep.
And my motion was something to the effect to a different date and possibly a different venue, I think is what exactly. Again, I went back and looked at it on YouTube. That's very close. If you read it now, it just doesn't.
So now it reads, Spear moved and Wright seconded a motion to table old business item A until October 1st for a future date and possibly a different venue where this matter can be discussed in a manner that protects the health and safety of the people in this room.
Yeah, I think you can just change future to different personally. Because we did say October 1st.
Until October 1st for a different date and possibly a different venue.
Fine. Just future venue didn't make sense, that's all.
Yep. No, yeah, I hear what you're saying.
And you want me to keep going?
Yep.
Yep.
The item 8, this is minor, but you usually put the motions in italics, which I like, and that's not in italics.
Which,
Item 8A,
oh, yep. Yep.
and also there's no vote.
Yeah, actually, and you wrote in there, put motion in italics before that.
No.
Oh, yeah, and, well, actually, I put that in.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be in the minutes, though.
That needs to come out. You with us, Owen?
I'm tracking. Yep. Give me 1 second.
Put motion in italics. That was
Yep.
my note to you. No, not there.
I hang on. Stick with me.
Oh, okay.
Hang on. Okay, so now Gaudio moved and Spear seconded, plus each of the 3 accounts are all in italics because that's what the motion was. And then upon completion, it says motion passed 3-0.
I-
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Any further?
Item, sorry. 9A, the last bullet.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we didn't appoint her, Kearney Nagel. We appointed her as an alternate member of the Georgia River Regional Shellfish Management Board, not the ordinance.
So that's something I've been trying to understand the Shellfish Committee and
No,
understand
the
it better.
the committee's a different animal.
Well, no, I understand. And
Yeah.
so it seems like when they refer to the committee, it's the committee. When they refer to the board, it's almost as though they refer to this ordinance. So that's why, because the acronym is GRISMO for Georges River Regional Shellfish Management Ordinance.
Right.
And so I guess I could just put board.
But
At
the
the
ordinance creates the board, and we appointed her to the board, not to the ordinance.
Right, and that's where I get a little confused because they always include the O as part of like what the organization is. So do you want me to just put board after ordinance or strike ordinance as well?
Either way is fine with me.
Yeah, I just had board
We didn't appoint it to the ordinance.
All right, so I left ordinance and just added board.
And you could even use that abbreviation if that's the standard abbreviation,
Put
after.
in parentheses.
And Owen, I sympathize with you because it took me 2 years to figure this out too, so.
Oh, and it's semantics, but like when you talk about the technical everything, semantics actually matter in these instances. All right, do you have anything else, John?
Yeah, under D, I just actually have a question here. Did we ever, did we finalize this? Because there's no motion there and it never came back on our agenda.
No, we have not finalized it. No.
Okay, so there is not a so it's correct that there's no motion.
Yes,
Okay, and just another question, is it gonna come back to us at some point? That's a question to
Get
you.
feedback? Yeah,
Huh?
and yeah,
I mean,
I
it
haven't.
just seems like it just sort of went away.
Yeah, I'm sure it was replaced by something of higher priority than this, but
Come by
that,
events.
Okay,
not to say it's not important, but yes, I will, I'll put a note on my sticky to include that in next month's.
yeah, but as far as the minutes concerned, I just wanted to make sure we didn't move something there.
Yep.
And I don't recall that.
Well, I have that still as outstanding as well.
Okay,
Anything further, John?
no,
Okay,
All right, and then, Jan, just to be technical, do you want me to add up near the top here, revision 3?
sure. Yeah, I think we should be in the habit every time you make a change to it, that it's a new revision.
I agree.
That's
Even,
how we
even if
keep
it's,
track of it.
even if it's just a comma.
Yeah,
No, I agree with you 100%.
and like the word, you've got draft on the fronts of these, once we've approved them, that needs to come off before you
Yep.
file them or print them.
Yep.
This one, you'll send back out to us.
So they've been amended. Is there a motion?
Yep.
Yeah, I move we approve the minutes of September 2nd as amended.
September 22nd. I'll second the motion.
Sorry, September 22nd.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
I Spear.
Aye, Gaudio. Motion carries. Approved the 22nd of September minutes as amended.
Which ones would you like to do next?
Okay, October 13th is the next one, I think, in the sequence.
Yeah, I have a couple a very minor comment on this one, I think.
All right, hang on one second.
We had two on the 13th. One is the 5 PM meeting, and then one is the 6 PM meeting.
So this is the 6 PM meeting that I have pulled up right now.
I thought we already approved the other one, no?
Yeah, I thought we did too, because I don't have them in.
You sent it out with your minutes, because I printed it off.
I don't have that.
No?
No.
Okay, I don't show we approved it either, so here we are again.
Yeah, but I don't even have it. Huh.
Well, hang on one second.
It's short because it was the executive session.
Yeah, and I have. Let me just real quick look at these. So I think what happened was, so I'm looking at the October 13th executive session meeting minutes. They are so short and simple that I believe those ones were approved. You all felt comfortable approving those at the October 22nd meeting. I think they were approved.
We'll
No.
get to October 22nd and see, I guess.
They're not in your minutes of the 22nd.
All right, well then, I will.
But I did think we approved them.
Now, belt and suspenders. So they're up right now on the screen share. These are the executive session ones. I'll add. So I added executive session to the top. It's at 5 PM, October 13th. Those in
Revision
attendance.
one then.
Yeah, you know, Owen, I actually don't agree with that because a meeting's not an executive session. One or more items might be.
Yep, that's fine.
And we may sometimes not vote to go into executive session.
Yeah, I think it's just one, Owen, but go ahead. Unless we're going to make more changes to it.
I don't think so.
John, you have any further changes you see?
No, that looks good to me.
The one that we have to rely on you for, Owen, is the proper, chapter 13, subchapter 1 section. Make sure that it's correct. It should have been for personnel matters.
Yep, the only other one that we've done recently was legal counsel, and the legal counsel one only has 2 of the parentheses. I think it's like 6B, but 6A has sub bullets, and that's the personnel one.
Okay.
If there's any doubt, I have that. I can check it, but I think that's right, just looking at it.
Okay, I'm really not questioning it. I just don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, if no further corrections, I'll enter a motion to accept.
Second,
Okay. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor, aye.
I Spear.
Aye, Gaudio. Minutes of the 13 October 5 PM meeting are approved.
And I guess, Jan, we should technically go back and adjust the agenda to reflect that.
Which agenda?
Today's agenda.
Since it didn't have those minutes on it?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I've added it to the agenda changes as the minutes for this meeting. So now under agenda changes, we added the September 3rd meeting and the October 13th at 5 PM meeting.
Yeah, so when you do these minutes, it will reflect we added those.
Yep.
Okay, good catch, yeah. Okay, October
And,
13th, 6 PM meeting.
Yep. 1 second.
Okay. Is this this is not a revision, the 6 PM?
I don't believe so, John, because I don't think, I hadn't seen these minutes before.
Okay. I
These
thought,
draft. I mean, I have a revision, but.
because I commented on these, I remember, so I thought this was a revision.
It is a revision. I just probably did not note that it was a revision.
Okay,
So that's my first comment. My second comment is, and the reason I know it's a revision is because if you go to 10A, I typed in add apostrophes to school and that's still in there.
yep,
10, you said?
10A.
yeah, in gold.
And that's the only change I have to that, which would make this revision 2 now, right?
Yeah, my name on the first page there that's underlined in red.
What's that, Jan?
My name was misspelled. It was underlined in red. It would be good, Owen, if you really paid attention to those spell check underlines, because I think that would catch a lot of the spelling errors. Things like the term adjustment and excess and things we've had before. I know it's easy to misspell them when you're whipping along typing. Okay, any further changes to revision 2 of October 13th, 6 p.m.? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion for acceptance.
I move we accept the minutes of, is it revision 2? Revision 2 of October 13th, 2020.
Yep, I'll second that motion. Any further discussion? If none, all in favor, say aye.
I Spear.
And I got you. Okay. The next one on my list is the 22nd of October,
9 a.m.
9 a.m. meeting first. Yep.
We have 2 that day.
Again, an executive session.
I'm good.
Are you, wait, so which one will be taken up now?
22nd at 9 a.m. October 22nd.
This is also a revision because the first draft you sent out had us adjourning at 9:30, if I recall.
Oh, I'm sorry, October 22nd. Yes. Oh, my bad. So it should be on the screen now.
Yep. Okay, and that would become revision 1.
I think I have that right, Owen.
One thing that was just a little difficult to try to do like the time correlation. If for some reason I didn't write the exact time down, a lot of times I can, get the good time by when I know the meeting started and then the length of the YouTube video. With these executive session ones, it was a little more difficult because you adjourn out on YouTube and then you come back in later. One of the 2 meeting minutes, you can see the clock in the background. But with the other one, I think this was the other one, you can't see the clock in the background.
Yeah.
So I rely.
I know we were there for a long time that morning because I remember commenting. I told my wife I'd be back in an hour or so.
Yeah.
All right. So any other changes? So I've got it adjourning at 11:30. It's revision 1, 9 a.m., October 22nd. Same reference to discuss personnel matter.
I move we approve the revision one, is it revision one? Yep, of the minutes of October 22nd at 9 AM as amended.
I second the motion.
Well, actually, we didn't amend them today, did we? Sorry.
Not today, but revision 1 covers it.
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye, Spear.
Aye, Gaudio. Motion carries. October 22nd, 9 AM, minutes approved. Revision 1. Okay, now October 22nd, 7 PM, public hearing minutes.
I thought I had a minor issue with this, but I don't. Can you just give me a second? I didn't mark it down.
John, not to interrupt your thinking, but this one also, just building on what we've done in the past, when we reference like a document that the select board put time into, like the FAQ notice to the public, like we included FAQs in the Island Road meeting minutes because we thought they were important to include in the meeting minutes. I just didn't know if you wanted me to add on any other documents to these meeting minutes as reference points.
Yeah,
Okay, I just keeping my head in order. I can't find what it was. It was very minor, but so I'm going to let that go. Yeah, I do think it's important to, when we refer to them, I'm not sure in this case, well, we do refer to them.
Yeah, we refer both to the
Yeah.
FAQ and the draft warrant.
I don't think since there's an approval or disapproval that it's required to have a copy of them.
It's
Yeah.
not. It was
Yeah.
one of those, you know, when we were talking Island Road stuff.
Since they were both draft.
Yeah, it was just, you know, when you reference a different document in the meeting minutes, if you feel that they're appropriate, you just tack them on to the end. And I would put something like in a parent, if you wanted to, just an option, you know, the FAQ parentheses, you know, addendum 1 to these meeting minutes, the draft warrant parentheses, addendum 2 to these meeting minutes, but it's just an option. They're still public documents. They're available if people want them.
Yeah, I don't feel it needed in this case because we changed the warrant several times since then. So.
Yep. No, that's fine. Just raising it.
I think in the other one, that was kind of an integral part of the whole discussion. So.
Yep. No, and that's true. And we do reference in these meeting minutes topics. So, I mean, that's kind of what the FAQ and the warrant speak to anyways, those topics. So it's not like these meeting minutes leave you completely confused what's going on.
So do you want a motion, Jan? Are you good?
Yeah, I mean, this is really nitpick, but you can see that after the word warrant in paragraph 2, you've got a dash. That's why I think that blue line is underlined.
I think it's the period and that. Do you want the period or the dash?
I don't care.
Okay. I left a dash.
And the same thing with the comma after now. It's probably telling you. I think it's probably you know, almost no, it let you do it. I was going to say you probably needed a dash because it wanted a period there. But that's good.
Oh, I know. I remember what my thought was. And again, it's kind of nitpicky, but we've had lots of minutes where people have commented on YouTube and we haven't included those in there. And all of a sudden we do include. And I was wondering if that's a good practice to start.
Yeah.
Why I included those, when we get a lot of comments, you get to that place where it's either a voluminous meeting minutes or you're picking and choosing, and so you're striking everyone, where there were only comments from Penny just one individual, it took up one additional line to just note that Penny made comments.
Yeah,
But
but I'm not worried about the space. I'm worried about one meeting we include someone's comments and another on YouTube and another we don't. And I'm just, I hadn't seen that before, I don't think. So that was a kind of a question I had.
If the public makes comments during the meeting when they used to be in the room, we don't normally record those, do we, Owen?
I would make some sort of reference to comments from the public, and then it would kind of end there. So I didn't have to say a citizen X said this, citizen Y said that, citizen Z. It typically, what I've been doing though, if like it's one person or it's very manageable because there weren't 3, 4, 5 different people speaking, I might just reference that one person like by name. But again, it's all however you want it to be recorded. Just where it was a couple of comments from one individual that was the only other participant that we had. We had Jeff and Sandra on the call with us, on the Zoom with us, and Penny had just put some comments in via YouTube. If there had been 3 other people, I would have just said comments were posted on YouTube, but it was only Penny. But they're your minutes, so however you want them reflected, I'm perfectly fine with.
Well, if you say comments were posted on YouTube in other minutes, then I'm fine with this. But if you don't say that, I just want a consistency. That's what I'm looking for. So,
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I'd have to pull them up, but if I remember correctly, there was like another meeting where like Dorothy Merriweather and Penny were the 2 commentors. I'll include their names in the attendance sheet. Again, if I recall correctly, I'll include their name in the attendance sheet and then just make some sort of reference to YouTube comments. But with that one where it was multiple people, I think I just made reference to YouTube comments in general.
I guess I just don't recall that being the case. I just quickly looked at the minutes we just approved. I don't know. It's not a hill to die on for me, but I think in the future, I would try to be consistent. And maybe you have been, and maybe you have been. I'm not saying you haven't been.
Well, I think, John, that we could change this, last paragraph of number 2 here, where we say additionally, there were comments logged on YouTube from Penny Alley, and just say, public comments were, logged on YouTube, if you want to say that, not name the individuals, if that's the precedence we've sent before.
Yeah, again, I don't know what the precedent has been, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I guess I just would caution going forward, let's try to be consistent. I'm okay with it the way it is.
Unfortunately, if we leave Penny's name on there, we've set a precedence to where we're going to be naming people in the future.
Okay, then I'm fine taking it out.
So is this okay? Additionally, there was a comment logged on YouTube, period.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's also public record, right? We're recording that.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Make that Rev 1 and I think we're good to go. I'll entertain a motion for approval of revision 1, October 22nd.
7 p.m. October 22nd?
Yep.
So moved.
Okay, and I second the motion. And again, just a consistency comment, Owen, you notice there is no draft watermark on this one.
Yep.
I think if for consistency, until we approve it, you ought to have the draft watermarks on them.
I agree completely.
And afterwards, obviously, take them off. Okay, moving on. I'm sorry, did we vote?
No.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Beer aye?
Audio aye. Okay. October 22nd, 7 p.m. minutes approved as amended. Okay, moving on. I've got the next one in mind is October 27th at 9 a.m.
And this is not a revision, right? I don't think it is.
I think it's the first time we've seen it.
Yeah.
Again, pretty pretty basic.
Again, same thing, it's just same subsection, same. Hey,
Yeah, I'm good.
okay. Hearing no revisions, I'll entertain a motion for the 27th at 0900.
So moved. Okay,
And I second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye, Spear.
Aye, Gaudio. Okay, motion carries. We approve the minutes of the 9 a.m. October 27th, 2020 minutes. Okay, now October 27, 6 p.m. minutes are the last ones I had. And I'm looking at revision 2. I know this is the one that I commented on before, and I think you had picked up yeah, you did. I can see the ones I made.
Do we have on tonight's agenda, acceptance of minutes?
Yes.
I'm wondering if we should do this with Walter present, since this was a fairly major meeting and he has not had a chance to comment on these, I don't believe. I'm wondering if I don't have any comments, but I'm just wondering if we should put these off until tonight.
Yeah, item 4, review and approval of prior meeting minutes. Really the point of today was to not tie up our time later tonight, the point of this morning.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Yep.
And I wanted to get them all out of the way, but this was our last regular major meeting, and I just raised that as a question since Walter's not here. If Walter was here, I'd be fine with it. But.
And that's fine. And what I possibly can do is I'll get all these approved ones, the watermarks taken off. I'll put them all online. There are meeting minutes from the warrant setting that I've got in front of me that I can type up, and some other ones, like I might be able to get you all these ones tonight as well. And then you at least have the option of approving more meeting minutes in addition to the 27th, or you can take your time with them tonight and not have to worry about them. But I'll try to get you all some more minutes to consider for tonight.
Yeah, I would prefer, I don't know if Jan agrees with me or not on my first comment, but I would prefer not getting minutes dumped on our table 2 minutes before the meeting.
Yeah, I agree. I like time to review them and comment.
And if you want to send them out email sometime today, we might or might not get a chance. I'm actually going to do a few things today.
That makes perfect sense to me. The only reason I was even suggesting it were the 2 minutes that I had in mind that I might send out to you all are relatively basic. They're not, there's the technical stuff of Sandra moved and Kate seconded, who moved and who seconded what. So, there's technical aspects to it, but it's only a handful of, I'll send them out to you all and you all can figure out.
Because we've asked you to send them out within 3 days, and that's probably
today. Yep.
Yeah. So send them out. I'm just saying, when you kind of dump physical hard copies on the table 2 minutes before the meeting, I feel a little like pressured to. So anyways, Jan, do you agree with me on my comment about these minutes, or do you want to?
I do. I think that makes sense, John. I think, this is our last big minutes. There's a lot to it. So let's wait and do Walter this evening.
And also, this is not mock draft either.
Right.
And I think that's very important because, people are going to take it as minutes and they're not approved. So.
Yep, I agree. So I guess we'll table the 27th until this evening. And if I understand from the conversation last night, John, we're going to do tonight's via Zoom as well. You and Walter would prefer that?
I'm going to do Zoom. Yeah.
I think he was too. That was his comment at the.
Yeah. It's just getting too crazy.
Okay.
And then just because we hadn't noticed that it was remote only, I will still be in the community room and I'll host the meeting from there in case members of the public, we just haven't given warning that it's a remote only. Jan, feel free to join us.
But
Okay.
you haven't weighed in. Are you gonna be physically in the room, or?
I'm not, I don't have some of the same health concerns, John, that you and Walter do, so I don't care really. I can do it via Zoom. I mean, it's fine if you guys are going to be,
Yeah.
as long as someone's at the town office, and Owen
I
just
do,
kind of covered that.
right. I think, Owen, you're right. I think it's important, since it wasn't notified as Zoom only, that someone should be there in case someone shows up, so.
And that actually will help with some of the audio quality. If all three of you are at home in front of your computers, the quality is much better for those listening after the fact. But yeah, I have full plans on being here tonight, having the room, the PPE things spaced apart and all that. So members of the public can be there. They'll be able to hear and see everything that you all say. You'll be able to hear and see them as well.
Okay, and we gonna get a recommitment document sometime today, I assume, before the meeting?
Yes, the only snag up on that is that Chelsea woke up with a little bit of a sore throat. And so out of an abundance of caution, she's staying home today. So she's going to have to walk me through preparing that document. But yes, the answer is yeah. And we held off just to get today's current interest rate.
No, I understand that. I know, I
Yep.
realize we gotta do it today because the interest changes every day, but I just wanna,
Yep.
wanna make sure that we had it, sometime today.
Yeah, we should add that to the agenda, in fact, somewhere.
Well, it's on the agenda.
Yeah, item F under new business.
We just don't have the document in our packet, and I understand why you couldn't do it until today, but.
Okay,
So also, I wanted, on the, jumping around a little bit here, on the executive session, I had asked for an executive session at tonight's meeting. And then it didn't get on there, and then Walter noticed that, and then Walter said, sent something out, and I said we could maybe bring it up this morning. Since Walter's not here, I may ask, we adjust the agenda tonight to add that.
now is that for the discussion of the new employee, or is that?
No, my understanding is we were gonna do that at 5:15, correct?
Correct.
All right, so, no, that was my intent was a different matter, so. Anyway, so, when you're ready for a motion to adjourn, I'll make a motion to we're not gonna adjourn, we're gonna recess.
Yeah, but also can we just get a vote on tabling the October 27th, 6 p.m. meeting minutes?
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
you guys there was no vote on it.
Yeah, I move we table October 27th meeting minutes until, the 6 o'clock meeting tonight.
Okay, I second the motion. Hearing no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye, Spear.
Audio aye. Motion carries. Table it.
Yep. And then a motion to recess until 5:15, unless you all have additional things to discuss.
And we're going to Zoom at 5:15, is that correct? So you'll be
Correct.
sending out another Zoom connection?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
So I'll make a motion, we recess this meeting to 5:15 today.
Okay, second the motion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Okay, audio aye.
Spear, aye, sorry.
Yep.
And Owen, you might want to let Walter know.
Yeah.
Yep. And then just so you know, because I've already generated the meeting for tonight, unless I can learn something new, it only lets me select on half-hour time blocks. So it says that the Zoom invite says 5. And
Okay.
so just so you know, but I'm not going to start the meeting until 5:15, but my options are 5 or 5:30. And so I've just so you know, that's why the Zoom invite says 5 p.m.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
All right,
Anything else?
we have no further business.
Did we
Motion to,
Yep,
we-
there was a motion, a second, and a vote on recessing till 5:15.
all
Okay,
right.
we did, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, see you later.
All right.
5:15.
Thank you all.
Thank you.